Welcome to another session of Breath of Fire Circle Wednesdays. I am your global community elder, Breath Master Aaron Motley. Thanking you for allowing me to be your guide in this aspect of your journey. I give thanks. Power of the breath. It brings life. It makes way for transition into ancestry. Stays with you from the first breath when you come out of your mother's womb to the last breath when you transition to becoming an ancestor. Such a wonderful companion that enlivens you and just makes life possible. One of my students put up on her post a comment about turtles and why they live so long. And it was said that the turtles live so long because every single breath they breathe to the fullness. So every breath is nice and slow and full and deep. So it helps to nourish them, cleanse the blood, aid digestion, and all of that stuff in perpetuity in a pristine fashion. So their organs are vitalized and cleansed with every single breath, which is what the breath is designed to do. The whole breathing apparatus, when you inhale, the expansion of the lungs and the collapsing of the lungs when you exhale, and the moving of the diaphragm pressing on the organs in the digestive system below between the diaphragm and the pelvic floor. And when you fully exhale, the abdomen pressing and compressing, going toward the back, causing the organs to have this dynamic massage where it's pressed down with the diaphragm, pulled up with the diaphragm, and then pressed back with the abdominal muscles, and then allowed to expand, to just collapse and expand where the diaphragm goes back down again. So this process is very dynamic. Now, the breath master technique, which I shared with you on numerous occasions, allows for the fullness of the breath with every breath. Some people can't really adjust to that immediately because they're so accustomed to the shallow breath or rapid paced breath. Rapid meaning more breaths per minute, not so much that they're doing it with speed. It's just that their breaths are so short that they wind up with a lot more breaths per minute than someone who is taking a fuller breath, because it takes additional time to get a fuller breath versus a short breath that just tops off. So the breath of fire is an opportunity for those people to begin to adjust to a fuller breath. That's why in my particular training that I provide, I teach that the breath of fire is nuanced. It's not just one specific pace, one specific extreme rapid pace. It's quick, it's quicker, and it's even quicker or quickest, and then beyond that. Because as you move along in your journey, you wind up increasing your capacity, and you wind up increasing the pace and the rhythm of your breath. And you wind up, when you in turn slow that breath down, at the end of the every session, we always do a full exhale, completing the emptying of the lungs of what's in there as we end our session of breath of fire. So we're always going to be going, allowing the abdomen to fully collapse and press the organs toward the backbone and the diaphragm to come up and create that vacuum to elongate them upward, so that you get that dynamic massage going on. So with that full exhalation at the end of the breath of fire session, it brings your energy down. So it settles all of those hormones that are causing excitement that we actually can stimulate with the breath of fire, but some people automatically have them stimulated all of the time because of the shallow breath that they're breathing constantly. The transition allows for them to begin to increase their breathing capacity so that they can begin to get that full breath that the tortoises and turtles are getting, that allows them to have such a vibrant, cleansed body that allows them to live a good quality life for 3, 4, 5 times, 2, 3, 4, 5 times the life of a lot of other animals, especially, carnivores, mammals, omnivores, all of that. Every animal has a certain lifespan, and the tortoises and turtles seems to be one of the longest, if not the longest, and it's been attributed to the depth and the fullness of every single breath. So as we practice this breath of fire, make sure that when we get to the last breath that you fully express that, whether we're going as in the breath master technique, or using the sound, that last syllable of the letter H, to really express the breath, or another sound vibration that I teach in my breath master certification. So I want to say thank you to Sister Yoda for bringing that to our attention and allowing us to have that bit of information so that we can really maximize the fullness of the breath as we become, be, and remain masters of the breath, i.e. breath masters. I would like for everybody to master the breath. That's why I do this work. So let me adjust feeder. Getting no issue right here. Smell gives it the softest. So we always start these days with 360 breaths before I even start talking. So what you heard earlier was me doing 360 breaths. So I would like for you all to join me, and let's do 360 breaths with the breath of fire, starting with the breath master technique and ending with the breath master technique in order to fill the lungs and to fully empty the lungs. So tip of the tongue to the roof of the mouth and curl it back nice and gentle. Soften the jaw, soften the neck and shoulders, relax the brow, curl the tongue back, and let's inhale gently into the lower abdomen, slowly and softly. Allowing the abdomen to expand as the diaphragm presses down. Then the chest expands outward. Lungs 2/3, 3/4 of the way full, breath of fire. Now, as you relax it and you inhale this next breath, make it nice and soft. Continue softly. Exhale nice and softly. Talk to move them out, curl it back once again. We're doing breath master technique. Release the tongue, drop the jaw to the tongue to the bottom palate, and softly. Curl it back once again and inhale. Release the jaw, drop the tongue, open the mouth, and exhale. So what you just experienced is the fullness of the breath and how we use the breath of fire to develop our breathing capacity and to adjust when we are consistently doing shallow breathing. This is the opportunity, this is the way which we transition from those shallow breaths to fuller breath. If you already got a quick pace breath, i.e. short breaths that gives you a lot of breaths per minute, then go ahead and flow with that and use the breath of fire technique to get you into a rhythm. Then after you have done X number of breaths, I would recommend 30, 60, 90, 120, multiples of 3, and always in the teens or better. Excuse me, in the tens or 100 or better. And that will allow you to begin to truly adjust to a slower, fuller breath so that you can begin to pump those organs, energize them, energize the blood, have more blood on the cellular, more oxygen on the cellular level that enlivens every part of your body and cleanses every part of your body. Also bringing clarity of mind, comfort to your spirit, and a relaxing of your emotions. The breath is a meditation. When you slow the breath down, you automatically meditating. So when you do this breath of fire and adjust to the slow and fullness of the breath master technique, you are putting yourself in a meditative state that will allow for you to be your best. This is your Global Community Elder, Breath Master Aaron Motley. Once again, thank you for the opportunity to be your guide.